Okay, so been called out to a property that's about to be lit, and there's a leak under the bath. I've managed to find 3 leaks. One was on the trap, which I've tightened already. I have a video of it leaking. I'll put that in. You can see the leaks coming from, it's a very common where the taps connect to the bath, so it's always a good idea to use silicone sealant when you seat the tap on the bath. So we've got leaks coming from both where the tap meets the bath. Let's make sure that they're off. So we're opening them, but no water coming out. All you've got to do is give it a nip to undo it, okay? And then you should be able to undo it by hand, just like that. And the same for the back. And also when you're doing them up, yeah, you don't want to over tighten these because they've got rubber washers. And if you over tighten them, you can risk actually splitting them and causing a leak. So just like this, you get a bit of water drop out. So I've got a little bowl. Take it out. Go. There's my water in my bowl. I'm going to do exactly the same to the back now. There's no tricks. If you've got a small spanner to get into the back, then use that, or a tap spanner if you need. So I'm going to get in the back, take that off, and then we're going to get the taps loosened. Pop the overflow off to give you a bit more freedom of access. And as I say, all you need to do is get your spanner in. Now try and undo it by hand. I can't even get a lot of strength on it because I'm literally stuck, but I've managed it. I can get a bit of water out of this as well. Nothing to worry about. There you go. Now we're going to get our box spanners on and remove the taps. Varieties, they do loads of them. So you're just going to line your box spanner up under there and then undo that. It should undo pretty easy because they feel pretty loose. And as you can see, we're undoing. Now the same with the other spanner. Once you get it loose enough, your hands are always the best tool in the world. So just undo it with your hands and take that nut right off. And we're going to do the same with the back nut. For the awkward one. I'm sure that tapping on the bath is going to sound extremely loud. Now I'm just going to undo it with my hand, but I literally cannot do it without getting on my knees. I'm stuck. Alright, so this is the position I'm in now, on my knees. That way I can get my arm under and reach it. Alright, now we've got our back nut off. I can remove the tap from the bath. So take some blue roll and dry the area. Do the same with the taps. We're going to dry all the washers on the taps, get them as dry as possible. So I'm just going to heat the area. Don't go crazy, you don't want to burn the silicone that's already there. I've heated that up. Now we don't want to burn the rubbers again. Just get rid of any moisture. I've not got an aggressive flame. There. Just like that. Boom. You're going to apply this to the bottom of the tap, to the seating of the tap. And you're going to put it all the way around. Don't go crazy, you don't need a ton. I mean, to be fair, what I'm putting on here is way more than enough. And I'm going to do the same to the other side. Just run it all the way around. Yeah. Just like that. Now put everything back in reverse order. This is what you want to see really. You want to see a nice ooze out, because then you know it's gone all the way under. And it will be, you know, seating and no water's going to get past it. So you just take a tool, preferably not your finger. This is a tool that I recommend to anyone. It's called a Fuji tool. Really good for cleaning up mastic. And I'm just going to get all of the clear sealant off. So, you know, if you leave any on, it will just get mucky and start looking a funny colour. So I'm going to remove all of that. And then I'm going to put my tap connectors back on. And again, you know, another good tip for tap connectors is make sure that you're, you know, you nip them up hand tight. To be honest, them flexi tap connectors under there, generally I can do them hand tight and they never leak. But you just do them hand tight and then you just nip them. Give them really gentle nip with the spanner, just to make sure that they're nice and watertight. So I'm going to clean up my taps, and as I said, connect my taps under. Right, I'm just going to show you guys visually what I mean. So you're going to tighten up your tap nut, get it as tight as you can by hand. Look, not even like one, two, look. Nip, and that should be more than sufficient to hold that water tight. Don't forget, put your overflow back on, very important. So I've cleaned up all around the taps. Next step is get the water back on. Let me turn them off. Get the water back on, come and check for leaks. And how we're going to check for leaks, put the shower curtain down, and we're going to be spraying water here, spraying water here, at least for a few minutes. To make sure that we haven't got the same leak and we're spraying with the hose. We're spraying directly on the taps. Then we have a look underneath and we're going to see if we get any leaks like before. And I mean directly on it, in the worst case scenario, like that. And looks pretty promising at the moment. Quite happy with that. And try a closer one. No. So I'm getting that water directly on this tap now, and as you can see, we haven't got a leak like before. That's my surefire way of guaranteeing you get rid of them leaks on your bath. As I said, there's 4 main reasons: silicone sealant around the bath, the trap, the overflow, or where the taps are. There's not many other, you know, unless you've got a hole in your bath, which is quite rare. You know, where your plug and your overflow connect, it's kind of one. Your 2 tap holes if it's a double tap, and yeah, silicone sealant. Another top tip: when you open your stopcock, yeah, open it fully, and then close it like a whole turn or 2 whole turns, and that will just help if it seizes up in the future. You can nip it back, you can open it a bit more and break the seize